There we go. It says it's live. I don't know if
It
it
says
is, but
it's live. You don't know. Um,
I
it will
gotta
be in
move
a
some.
second.
I
Cause
gotta move some shit around here. Boom
there we go.
and boom. There.
So you weren't late.
Oh,
It's
a
still
couple
11
seconds.
o'clock.
Yeah, a few seconds. I gotta figure out if I can turn on the um, enable auto start. It's a feature
Yeah.
that's in YouTube, so I don't know if that's gonna make a difference.
Oh.
But I don't know if that would have screwed up because I wasn't actually connected to YouTube until
Yeah.
just now. So, anyway,
Huh. That's.
I need a haircut.
Yes, you do.
I'm gonna shave it tomorrow, I guess, since you won't never have time.
I have tomorrow. I have time tomorrow before I go to Sterling.
She said unconvincingly.
You just gotta remind me before I go. I'll do it.
But she won't.
No, if you
Good
remind
afternoon,
me.
Neo.
Hey, Neo.
I was born ready. That's why, I'm just gonna wake up and take the raise to the buzzer to it.
Oh.
I just can't get my back. Because
Yeah,
then it gets
cause
all
you.
fucked up.
Yeah.
I don't. It's not like I could ever go anywhere to care. So
Still.
be happy. I still have hair.
Right.
Actually, not a single person in my family has ever gone bald.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Chris, how's it going, buddy? Anywho,
Anywho.
you want to start since I had to start last week because you were late?
Uh. Sure. Give me a
I
second.
can't remember if you were or not, actually. Maybe that was the week before. It's all rolled into one big beating.
I might have been late last week. Is that I was making my smoothie?
I don't remember.
I think it was.
I don't know.
Okay. So this week, or I should say last week, I
Oh, shit. I got to remember to do that for Rare Sanctuary tomorrow, this morning.
did good until Saturday.
I love how you put a question in the middle of a sentence there.
Well, um, I did pretty good. And then Saturday morning, I woke up feeling like shit.
Yeah. In every sense of the word.
Yeah, I
It's
was.
those pills.
I think.
Last week of pure diet, yeah.
Yeah.
This is let's hear how it's going for.
So, and I don't know if it was the pills or if it was something I ate, because I remembered I did go to Qdoba with Ashley for lunch on Friday, but still,
You know how many people I've heard had such an issue with Qdoba?
yeah. See, I eat Qdoba all the time without an issue. Alyssa and I go there a
See, and
lot,
I
but
never have the problem with Taco Bell either, but I know a lot of people have an issue with eating Taco Bell that goes right through them.
and I did eat exactly what I'm allowed when I went to Qdoba. It's not like I was like, oh, I went to Qdoba. I had a salad with chicken on it, no cheese, no sour cream. It was kind of disappointing. Well, I mean, it was good, but it was kind of disappointing. Um, anyway, so I woke up and I was just exhausted and my stomach was so upset. So I went in to talk to Mike before it was time to get ready for work, and I just like flopped on his bed because his bed's right there, like so I could talk to him. And he's just sitting there working, and I'm just like laying there, and I keep falling asleep. And as long as I don't move, I feel awesome. And I look at Mike, and I'm like, I think I have to call into work. I don't think I could push past this because if I moved, I just felt so nauseous. And like I'd feel nauseous and get like it was just pressure. It was awful. I was so miserable. So I started thinking that maybe it was the Pure Start pills that I was taking. So I was like, I'm not taking those again. So I called in Saturday and spent literally the entire day in bed. I think I got up once, twice. Yeah, because I did I ended up eating some chicken noodle soup, which the noodles weren't good,
Yeah.
and I could have made chicken noodle soup that would have fit my diet, but that would have involved standing in the
Well,
kitchen.
it's Progresso chicken noodle soup, so it's not
Yeah.
necessarily bad.
Well, I just wasn't supposed to have the noodles, really, is the only thing in it that I couldn't have, and I just couldn't face standing in the kitchen. So I ate my soup and went back to bed, and I stayed in bed. I either read or slept, like, the entire day Saturday.
I wonder if you brought something back. I woke up this morning feeling pretty sick,
I
feeling
just,
kind of icky.
yeah, just kind of icky, which is why I say I don't think necessarily it was the pills, because I woke up Sunday morning, and so at work, I get a point if I take a day off. So everybody's policy is if you're gonna be sick and take a day off, you might as well take 2 or 3. If you have the time,
Go
take
the
3,
whole
because
nine.
we're allowed 3 for each point. So everybody's like, well, shit, if you're gonna get the point, you might as well like take the days.
Gone this far, might as well keep going.
Yep. So
It's
I
the Forrest Gump approach to work.
pretty much. So Sunday, I woke up and I'm like, okay, so I'm calling it. Like I knew I was calling it. I woke up and I just still felt kind of yucky. It wasn't so bad. I ended up getting up and walking around. I went to a movie with Alyssa and Donovan, but I still just like did not trust to fart or and walking around. I was like, I just don't.
Gonna be a whole lot more than air coming out.
Yeah, I was like, I just don't feel 100%. I finally actually ate something. So I decided I couldn't deal since I wasn't taking the pills anymore. I was just gonna start week 3 on Sunday instead of Monday. So we went out to dinner and I had a burger with no bun and no cheese and a side of broccoli, which was actually not disappointing after eating chicken and turkey all week. So I was like, yay, it's
I'd have
a
been fine with.
burger.
I would have been fine with chicken or turkey. That's all I ever eat.
I know
is chicken.
I'm not a big fan of poultry though.
Oh, I am.
But I mean, even yesterday, I still did not feel 100%. I actually should have called in because I was like, no, I got this. I can't call in again. I have to work late and I don't want to be that person. But I still was just dragging and just vaguely felt yucky
Yeah.
all night. And it was when I ate dinner, like I felt really yucky after I ate lunch. And then it eased up and I was like, okay, And then I ate dinner and felt yucky again. I'm like, this is stupid. This morning, I mostly feel better, but I haven't had anything at all, including water. I should probably drink some of my water.
When's the last time you weighed in?
This morning, that's where I was going next.
Oh.
So, I mean, I haven't done horrible, but not feeling good hasn't helped anything. But I am down 8.7 pounds since last week.
Oh. So far 24?
Yes.
In 2 weeks? 2.5 weeks.
Not even two and a
'Cause you
half
lost-
weeks. It's just
yeah.
barely 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's major.
Yep. So.
But you're going to be glad to be off it, huh?
Oh God, I can't even tell you how glad I'm gonna be off of it. Like.
That's that's what we were talking about last week. Is like sustaining yourself, right?
Yeah.
Or was it last week? I don't remember.
I know we touched on it last week. It's just for me, it is not a sustainable diet. But Alyssa and I've talked about it a lot. We're like, man, keto's gonna be so easy after this.
Has she been doing it too?
Yeah, she has, and she's been doing really well. And both of us just want a fucking cheeseburger. That's what we talked about, like an actual fucking cheeseburger.
Oh,
I'm so tired
we
of
can
not
do-
having cheese. I can't have cheese.
Yeah, we can do cheese on keto.
Oh, but we're taking
So-
this final weekend because we're gonna finish on Friday, both of us. And I promised Annika Chinese food.
That's not a full 3 weeks, you cheater.
It's close.
Close on the counts and hand grenades and horseshoes.
So
Close, close is a lingerie department without a front window?
Oh. So, I promised Annika Chinese food, and Alyssa and I are gonna go get, like, probably to Red Robin or something and get a damn cheeseburger. And then we're starting keto hardcore Monday. Ooh, I gotta make my menu.
Yeah, a menu that you never stick to.
It's more of
We get well.
guidelines.
We gotta sit down and make a menu, a
Yeah.
menu for keto to replace all the stuff like our plans that we want
Yep.
to do. Because I was talking about getting Taco Bell just so I could pick apart a chicken
Yeah.
soft taco. Because I bet I will put more chicken in my soft tacos than Taco Bell does.
Oh, I'm sure.
And I
it
bet it'll
probably
cost less.
still not only cost less, but I don't know. Chicken's fucking expensive right now. Ugh.
Yeah, it is. I remember buying a 5-pound bag of breast for $10 at Walmart before.
Yeah, it's
Now
like 23 or some shit. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, this inflation horse shit. Yeah, just in time for everybody to get raises. Remember, everybody's all, hey, $15 an hour, yay. Inflation goes up double.
It was. Oh my goodness.
Take that. Neo says 8 pounds down. Yay, 8 pounds out. Over 20 in 2 weeks. Yep, that's impressive, actually.
Yeah.
Bummer. Chris says, bummer, Sam. Sounds like my patented holiday stomach flu diet last December. I lost 12 pounds in 7 days.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that this morning because I was like, we're getting ready to do, I'm setting up the topics and all that. And I was doing my walk this morning. I'm like, God, Sam was going to lose as much weight as Chris did when he had the flu. She probably shit 8 pounds or 4 pounds of it.
Right?
I hate it when a perfectly good movie reference goes right over Michael's head.
I know. But I got his.
What did you make?
Oh.
Maybe I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah. I don't remember now, but I was like, okay, never mind.
Well, you kind of half-assed laughed at mine. How many else got my reference? Huh?
I don't know. I don't know how many other people are huge fans of Lethal Weapon 4, but it's one of my favorites.
It's not 4.
3. Sorry. 4 is my favorite. It was in 3. Because that's when they meet.
Yeah.
Anyway. Anyway, how did you do this last week?
Shitty. With a capital shit. I was doing great on my walks. In fact, I made a short video. I was hammering it out and hitting like 13,000 steps a day. And then that day, remember when I sat outside and I told you how stressed I was about my job?
Yeah.
And I was starting to like explode.
Yeah.
After that, everything went to shit until yesterday. They're more like it's called guidelines.
Yeah.
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 How did I miss that? See, I didn't hear that.
Yeah. For when I was talking about menus, I was like, they're more what you call guidelines. And I kind of giggled. I was like,
Wow, it didn't necessarily go over my head. I just wasn't paying attention.
oh, okay. That works.
Anyway. Never mind, moving along. Now I'm kind of upset I missed it because I probably would have retorted. Anyway. So yeah, after that I started stressing. Then I got bombarded on Friday with non-stop work. I didn't even get to do much walking at all. I got to go to the gym, but that was it. Then the weekend, I took Saturday semi off, and then did nothing but shit on Sunday. I didn't get done writing on Sunday until like 8:30. Like I didn't even get to stream or anything.
No.
And then this week is not starting off all that well. Yesterday I hit a little over 10,000 steps. Today I'm doing okay. I think what it is that I have to learn to let shit go, like I was talking about last week, where, it's the client's websites. I should just do what they want and not give a shit and just go with it. But the problem is I take so much pride in my work that when I work my ass off to get a client to get more than 1 million visits every 6 months, from just about nothing. And then all of a sudden they're like, here, let's change this and that. And then I know a lot of the stuff is going to backfire. And like I keep telling them, but they keep trying to do all this extra shit. I take pride in it. And so when, like, especially like on, it's back when I was doing tax broker, it's like I was telling the clients, I'm like, this is not going to fucking work. But that's how they want it. So that's how I'm going to write it. And at least back then, my name wasn't attached to it. Nowadays, it is. And so, I don't know. I need to learn to let shit go and not stress out over it too much. Plus, the workload exponentially increased.
Yeah.
And so now I'm trying hard to get everything, like, I was all excited about sticking to my schedule. Everything was working great. And then this happened. I'm like, fuck. I just want a week where it's not chaotic. My life has been chaos since like 2001.
Yeah.
Non-stop.
Pretty much.
Haven't slept since 1998. Anyway, so yeah, I did piss poor. I weighed in at 235 this morning, which is 2 pounds less than I weighed in on a Sunday, so there's that.
There's that. That's something.
But I need to, I don't know, I need to learn to de-stress, and even the relaxing cards I've been doing for Rise Sanctuary at night. The last few days have been so busy that I haven't been able to get many steps in. So it's the life of a freelancer who's really good at his job.
So, what you need to do,
To say fuck it, throw away everything, and go get a job in Denver.
I mean, if that would make you happy,
I'd
but
make way more money.
what you need to do is follow through with your alarms.
Yeah, that's the hardest part though. Is like my alarm will go off when I'm halfway through a project. And I need to,
It doesn't matter.
instead of just well, can
Go
I
ahead.
finish my
Yeah.
sentence, please? Instead of just swiping to dismiss it, I need to like say, fuck it, I'm done. Time to go for a break.
Mm-hmm.
I should leave my phone in here so that nobody can get a hold of me while I'm out walking.
Yeah.
But I listen to my music through my phone, so maybe if I can. Hey, I found my Walkman.
Oh, hey.
A Walkman that I had in the 1980s. I wonder if it still works.
So is it?
I-
Is it?
I might still have tapes too.
That's funny.
Yeah, I can throw in my Bon Jovi tape from the 80s and walk around my backyard with my Walkman so I can leave my phone in here and not have to mess with anything.
That's funny.
Yeah, it was the Walkman that my grandma gave me for Christmas back in like 80, I think it was 86. I've carried that fucking thing everywhere. And I found it in a box the other day.
Yeah,
Like, oh, that's cool.
that is pretty cool.
My tapes are probably all ruined by now, though. Heat exposure, probably.
Probably. That's funny.
Yeah. Especially when you consider that everybody's like getting into the whole vinyl technology now. Their
I know.
computers and hooking records up and bringing records back. Like, nah, I got an original, motherfucker. My shit's older than you,
That's
and it
what,
still works.
and it still works.
Well, it didn't have
Maybe.
batteries in it, so the batteries didn't explode.
Yeah, so,
So,
there's not the corrosion
theoretically,
in the...
yeah, theoretically, it should just work.
Very true.
I'm gonna throw on the radio station and see if we can get Alice while I'm walking around.
Awesome.
Throwback Thursday. So anyway, that's where I'm at, sucking ass. But I'm still gonna aim for doing my 1 million steps. I was gonna play Xbox this morning, but somebody was asleep, and you know how I feel about playing my games when there's people sleeping in my house. It makes me feel weird. So.
I wouldn't have even noticed. I was so fucking tired.
Yeah, I need to get the mentality of, if you don't like it, then move out.
Yeah. Well, and I've told you, like, I
Go
miss
stay
it.
with Alyssa.
I miss it when, like, you used to turn on your music and go play the Xbox. Like, sometimes it would wake me up just a little bit, but not enough that it woke me up. You know, like,
Yeah, but I'm not a douchebag, so you're working until you don't get home. When'd you get back here
oh,
last night? Like
fuck.
4?
Um, by the time I got the cat bed and was crawling into bed, it was 4:20 because I
Yeah,
giggled when I
nice.
was, I,
See, and so when I get up an hour and a half later, I feel bad for disrupting your sleep by cranking up my music and playing the
yeah,
Xbox.
you shouldn't because I will sleep right through that
I know I
shit.
shouldn't. It's my fucking house.
Yeah, well, not only that, but I will sleep right through it. It doesn't,
Anyway, so
anyway.
yeah, I don't know
Well,
if I want to set goals for this next week because I'm just apparently I
and
can't follow through.
there's another issue that you've had with walking this week. It's fucking hot.
Oh, actually, one of the times I recorded data, I found that when I was walking at 94 degrees outside, I burnt like almost twice the calories.
I'm sure, but you don't do well
I don't do well with heat,
with heat.
so yeah. Well, like yesterday, I did my walk. Came in, I'm like, okay, time to do a video. So I sit down, get ready to record my video. I looked up my tank top, covered in sweat. I'm like, well, fuck, I can't get on video now. So I have to wait for my shirt to dry. So I decide, you know what, I'm gonna blog then. So I'll write Wednesday's blog while I'm waiting for my shirt to dry. Get done with the blog post. An hour and a half later, by then my watch is charged and um, I look decent. So I get up, put on my shoes because I'm in the habit of taking my breaks after each project. And since the blog was a separate project, start putting on my shoes, getting ready to go for a walk. I had to stop myself. Hey, dumbass, that's why we couldn't do a video in the first place.
Do the video first.
So that's what I did.
That's funny.
But that's kind of a good thing though. I got into the habit of taking my breaks
Yeah,
after a block of time is done.
which is very good.
So I just got to keep up with that and just let the cards fall where they may. It's not like my clients are going to get rid of me. They know that I'm a badass,
Right?
and I do need time to myself before I
Can't do
get
anything.
before I get stabby and quit. Anyway,
Anyway. Okay. What's today's topic?
does technology work for you? I think that's what I gathered off of your snap at 4 in the morning.
I was gonna say my 4 a.m. snap. Well, you're always hassling me to come up with a topic, and I knew that I
Not at
wasn't.
4 a.m.
Well, no, but I knew that I wasn't gonna get up at 10:30 and be able to come up with a topic.
Maybe you
So
should have came up with a list of topics last week when I asked you.
I
Actually,
have been
if I get
working.
technical, you haven't had a list of topics for me since October.
I have been
last
working
year.
on a list of topics.
How many do you have?
2,
Overachiever.
right? So anyway, I was walking out to the car last night and I'm thinking, oh fuck, I need to come up with a topic. What can I do? And I'm like, oh, I think I hit my step goal last night. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna hit it again tonight. And I was like, shit, that's something we haven't talked about.
Yeah.
Does using things like Fitbits, Apple Watches, the Garmin, the
I forgot
Samsung
Garmin makes
Watch,
one.
uh, whatever else, even the cheap pedometers, does that actually help you? Or
Like
have they all,
apps.
yeah, or have they all just become
Yeah.
watches that I wear and don't ever look at? Depends on the day. Um, and
I've always been curious as to how much money Garmin lost when Google started using Google Maps with GPS. Because originally Garmin used to be like the go-to device
yeah,
for GPS on your car. Anyway,
they still make good products for GPS in the car, and that's what mom uses. A lot of truck drivers have professional grade Garmins that work because truck routes are different than car routes, and
yeah.
she can't always Google stuff. because
Yeah,
truck routes are different. So
just
just
wonder how
changed
much
them a little. Oh, I'm sure a lot.
damage they took from that.
I'm sure a lot.
Anyway, I watched um, Last Week Tonight with John Oliver yesterday,
Yeah.
and he was talking about tech monopolies, and then I started thinking about that. Like, Jesus, as soon as Google started doing the map stuff, nobody uses MapQuest anymore. Garmin's are like rare in the store.
Yep.
Like, I wonder how much Google damaged everything with a free product. Anyway,
um.
back when you had to pay for GPS connections.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think my Fitbit helps me remember to stay moving a lot of times. Um, because I don't use my Fitbit like you do. I try and hit my step goal. I do better if we're playing a game or
Oh,
something
like
like
the
that.
bingo,
Yeah.
which I am about to win, by the way.
I barely turned one tile. I think my Fitbit, Nathan said something about it. My Fitbit's not picking up all my steps.
Hmm.
Um, and Nathan was like, "Oh, I've noticed if my Fitbit is tighter, then it works better." Well, my Fitbit is not tight at all. That was my joke, not my Fitbit, but it's like it's super loose. I can stick my fingers. I can stick two fingers like a collar
Oh yeah, I can't
under it.
even.
Yeah,
I can stick barely the tip of my one finger on it,
yeah.
and even then, it's like tight as shit.
So Nathan was saying that he's noticed like if he feels like he's really got to win if we're playing and he just feels like he needs to get really competitive, he'll tighten it. Well, for me to tighten mine with the band I have to pull out the um
Oh,
I,
one of the dailies.
it takes a little bit more effort, so I haven't done it yet, but I'm wondering if that's was the problem with my other watch is cuz when I first put that band on, it was tight, but then I lost weight and it got loose. And then I'm like, oh, there's something wrong with it. It's not tracking all my steps. So I
Oh,
bought the new
we
one.
lost Mike.
What?
Oh wait, maybe
No,
not. Maybe it's
I'm
that was
here.
me.
Oh, okay. I'm
That
like,
was me.
you gotta
Battery
plug
low.
in again.
Yep. Go ahead and keep going.
um, I I got a new one and I gave it to Beth, my old one to Beth, because I was like, it's just not holding a charge as long as I like it, and it's not tracking my steps. Well, Beth is like, oh, I love it. It's tracking my steps way better than my old one was. She's like, and it stays charged for 4 days. Well, I'm used to it staying charged for like 4 to 6 days. So
So she gets 500 steps instead of 200. Sorry.
no, she's got to get at least 1,000 because she walks all the way out to the barn and feeds the horse twice a day.
Oh, okay. I get 1,000 just getting coffee first thing in the morning.
Right? Um, But she was saying, she's like, oh, it's like doubled the amount of wearing this one as opposed has doubled the amount of steps that have taken that is recorded. She's like, so I don't know what you're talking about, but I really think it is the fact that my watch is so loose because I'm having the same problem with this one that it's not picking up all my steps.
I've never had that issue. It's always picked up the same amount of steps whether it's tight or not.
Hmm.
I wonder if it's does he have the same Fitbit you do?
No, he has one like yours.
He has a 4.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never had that issue.
I don't know. It's just something I'm gonna try. I gotta do some surgery on my watch and tighten it.
Well, for me, I use the shit out of my Fitbit for just about everything that it was designed for. So I record, well, obviously my steps, but I mostly do it with calorie burn. So I like experimenting with what activities burn the most calories. So I'll turn on activity and do something random. And I'm a dork when it comes to data, and so like I like creating spreadsheets and seeing how many calories I can burn inside of a 15-minute period at certain paces. So like at 1.9 miles an hour, that is slow as shit for me. Like I try to maintain 1.9 miles an hour at the gym, just under 2. And all I can think to myself is, oh my God, I've never walked 2 miles an hour. I've always been a fast-paced walker, so normally I'll do 3.6 miles an hour at the gym. If I want to really work out my calves, I'll jack it up to 3.8. But maintaining that for 15 minutes, that is one hell of a workout on your calves. And so, but yeah, I record everything.
Yeah.
And I'm impressed. I've had my 4 for a while now, and like the 2 and 3 died within a year each.
I
They
think,
replaced the 3 for me for free,
yeah,
or no, was it the 3 or the 2 that they gave me for free?
I
And they
can't
gave me a
remember.
major discount on the other one.
I think it was the 2
2
they
for
replaced
free,
free.
and then the 3 was the discount.
Yeah, because it was
But the
just
4,
past a year.
yeah, but the Charge 4, I've had this for, well, shit, since I bought it like 3 years ago. And I have smacked it against the wall. The band on it broke, but
I was
that's
gonna
because I
say,
keep buying the silicone bands, and they don't
yeah.
last long for me. But
I
the
was
original
looking at
band that it came with is actually still there, so
I was looking at the thumbnail picture and I was like, man, it's
it,
looking a little rough.
well, this thing has seen some mileage, quite
Well,
literally.
and the one Mike uses isn't so much as like a smartwatch. It's literally
Huh?
it
It's just
a
it's
fitness tracker.
yeah, it's a step tracker. It tracks my heart rate. It does record my sleeping patterns, all the cool, fun Fitbit stuff that it does. But like, I will periodically get my watch will vibrate whenever somebody calls me. Sometimes. Same with if somebody sends you a text message, sometimes I can read it off my watch, but
Yeah.
it doesn't happen. It doesn't work all the time. I don't know why. Not like
Okay.
yours. Yours will vibrate on the drop of a
So
hat.
every text message, email, what else do I have set up? I think I only anymore have text messages and emails come across my watch, and I can actually open part of my email to know the basics of what it's about. Like I can read the first few lines of my email.
God,
Um,
that is lazy as shit.
I can read all of my text messages and reply as long as my phone is close enough for it to be connected Bluetooth.
Yeah.
Um, I can answer my phone, but I can't actually have the conversation on my watch. So like I can hit answer and then I have to pick up my phone, which there's been a
Yeah.
couple times it's convenient. Um, I also have a weather app on my watch. I have what else? It comes with Alexa, which I don't use. Let's see. I can track
I would probably use Alexa.
I can track exercise. It has a timer, an alarm. It has Spotify. It has a relax app on it that helps you like it
Oh,
tracks your
yeah.
breathing. I really like that. I forget to use it though.
Mine does that too.
It has a weather. It has music. It has a wallet. It has Fitbit wallet.
Fuck.
Yep. It has Pandora. It has the Starbucks app.
Oh my god.
Yeah. It has something called Deezer, but I don't know what that is.
Shit I will never use.
Um,
Which is why I've never bothered to upgrade,
yeah.
because I would never use half that crap.
It has an agenda, Alexa, and that's it that I have on here. There's more apps I can add. You can play games. On my old one, I used to have blackjack, so then I'd sit there and play blackjack. Airbeth has a little other game that she has that she plays on hers. But the thing is anymore, aside from tracking my steps and sometimes looking at my calorie burn, I don't use it like hardcore. It's basically a
That's
watch. I use
because,
it to
yeah,
tell what time it is.
I bet the reason why you don't use it as much as you did before is because now you have so much other shit tied to it. I bet if you had a Charge 4, that you'd be more focused on your steps and shit. Nowadays, you can play games, you can play on the phone. So yeah, I bet if you didn't have a smartwatch, that it would make a big difference in how you use and view the watch.
Um,
Of course, then again, I am biased because I am against laziness
Yeah.
and being able to read my fucking email from my watch. How about I just sit down at the computer and open up the email? I don't. It's the same reason why I don't play mobile games though. I have one game installed on my phone that I've played twice in the past 4 years. Minesweeper. The only reason why I played Minesweeper last time is because I missed the plane out of Utah last year.
Yeah.
Haven't played the game since on my phone. That's because I have a 27-inch widescreen curved monitor with a beefy machine next to it. Why would I want to degrade down to a mobile app? And if I'm out and about, there's no reason for me to play a game on my phone because I am visiting somebody where they have my full attention, or I'm doing something where I don't have time to play with the phone.
Okay.
Shopping. So
I play on my phone and play games on my phone when I have downtime at work.
I don't have downtime at
Well,
work.
because you work in front of your
And when I
computer,
do,
so,
yeah.
that's a whole different dynamic of work, where you work and how you work.
Okay, well, here's a good point. I used to make quite a bit when we'd go visit Brian and Sarah
That used to
on
irritate
the
the
weekends.
shit out of me.
They would sit and play on their fucking phones almost the entire time we were there.
The entire visit would be them this.
Yeah.
For people who can see I'm looking at my phone, and like there was,
Yeah.
you'd be like, hello, and Sarah would be like, oh, I was listening, and I'm like,
The fuck you were? You're half asleep.
yeah. I'm like, no, you weren't.
Yeah, so that's how I feel about mobile gaming. Little off topic. Oh, I guess it's kind of connected. It's technology.
Yeah.
Anywho, I do use the shit out of my Fitbit, and um, thanks to a case that I did a couple years ago, I know that my Fitbit is fairly accurate when it comes to calorie burn and how much weight I lose.
Yeah.
Because that's one of the big thing is not every fitness tracker is going to be 100% accurate because there are just too many variables at play. It can go based off of your heart rate, which is what Fitbit does, and kind of give you an estimation of the calories you'll burn. But there is no system that'll be absolutely correct because
No.
everybody's different. Everybody has a unique physiology.
Well, and one of the reasons Fitbit works so well is because it does, the newer ones especially, track your heart rate. And your heart rate has a lot to do with
Well,
calorie burn.
a lot of it is it's not an after effect. It's a side effect of actual physical activity.
Yeah.
Is increasing your heart rate, and so they can do a very close estimation as to how many calories you lose. I found that in 2018, if I burned 3,420 something, I think it's 28 calories, that I would lose 1 pound of fat. Now,
Yeah.
there's people out there in studies that show that 1 pound of fat is 3,500 calories burned. But like I said, everybody's different. It's going to fluctuate. But mine was fairly close to that number after I spent a lot of time on that
Yeah, you
particular
did.
spreadsheet to see just how many calories I need to burn to lose 1 pound of fat. And so that's how I know that that's how many I need to burn. But no fitness tracker will ever be 100% accurate because we all have different physiologies.
Yeah.
I will burn, well, we know between me and you, I will burn a hell of a lot faster than you do. If we're on the exact same diet, I will drop weight faster.
Yeah.
Most men will. That's science fact. So, but there are some out there that are way better than others, obviously, depending on how they're set up. And so far, I love my Fitbit.
I love my Fitbit. How I heard about Fitbit, it's funny because we ordered a lot from Best Buy
Yeah.
when we were doing the computer center. We got these little,
Oh yeah. It was the Pebble.
yeah,
Yeah.
they were these little almost egg-shaped things that was like this pedometer, I guess. I was like, cool, can I have this?
Like I had no idea what the fuck it was.
I didn't
Like,
either.
What the hell is this shit?
I'm like, I don't, and then I read that it was a pedometer, so I was like, can I have this? That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
So I looked, and then it has me set up with this website, and I was like, I need a website for a pedometer? What? And it had the basic tracking stuff. I mean, fuck,
Yeah,
this was
it
when
was
2000.
2000.
The boys were here 10, 11?
Might have been either 9 or 10. 11, I had to shut down.
Okay, so it would have been
So it
10.
would have been 10. That's when we started
Yeah.
getting big lots from Best Buy.
Yeah. So in 2000, this is in 2010, and I used to keep it on my pants, and I didn't like and I'd lose it all the time. I'd go to climb in the horse pasture and look up, and my Fitbit's hanging on the fence. And I'm like, son of a bitch. Or I was always finding weird places to clip it. I'd clip it to my bra strap. I'd clip it, like,
I used to clip it to my shoes.
yeah. So that's when I started with Fitbit, and I was like, this is pretty cool. And how did we? Because Beth ended up with one, and then we
Um,
bought yours, right?
the Charge 2 is the first one I started with.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
So
that
then,
was that was a while ago.
being what Fitbit is, constantly they're like, oh, you signed up with our site. Look at the new ones we have. Look at,
Yeah.
and it was like, oh, that's kind of cool. And then they came out with the watch. But the Charge 2, okay, they had it when I had the little Pebble thing, but
Yeah.
and all it was like dots across it. Then you'd have to like go on to the app or the website. There wasn't an app. You'd have to go on to the website
Oh
to,
yeah, back then we had to use the Bluetooth adapter for the computers for
yeah,
the
it
Pebble.
had a little, you plug it into the computer and it would send to the website, and you'd have to go to the website. And
Yeah.
and
Wow.
mine just had a little tiny digital screen. Well, the first charge that they had
Damn, I feel old.
it just had dots, and I didn't like that because I wanted to know actually how many steps I had. So then I got the Charge 2 because I was like, oh, I love this because I could strap it to my wrist as opposed to, my Fitbit being
Yeah.
on the fence. As opposed to always falling off or getting caught on stuff or anything like that. I'm like, oh yeah, I love this. And it was kind of expensive. At the time, I was like, oh, I don't know that I need this to spend And did you get it for me for my birthday?
God, I can't remember.
Or I got yours for your birthday?
I think you got mine for my birthday. We got yours with tax money.
Maybe? Sounds right. So,
Maybe.
but it didn't have a watch. And that irritated me because I was like, if I'm going to have something strapped to my wrist, I would also like to know what the fuck time it is.
Well, the Charge 2 did.
Okay, then I didn't have a Charge 2. Whatever I had would only tell me my steps and didn't have a freaking watch. Because that was my biggest complaint about it.
Yeah, I remember you having that. I can't remember what it was. It was a Fitbit product, but I can't remember.
I've only ever had the Fitbit.
But the Charge 2 did come with a watch. In fact, I can pull mine out and show you. I still have it somewhere. I don't know where the charger is for it, but...
But at that time, it did help me step up how much I was walking. Because then I had this like little challenge. I'm like, ooh, can I hit my step goal? Like, and I was really I'd push myself to hit those extra steps.
Yeah, that's when we were starting to walk around the park and...
Yeah. And then I got the 3. And that, I think I didn't have a 2. I think I went from the one that didn't have a watch directly to a 3.
I can't remember.
Because I had 3 3s.
I know I have a 2, 3, and 4 because I have them all still.
Yeah. Because I wanted, if I was going to have something strapped on my wrist, I felt the need, I really wanted to also know what time it is because I do have a weird obsession with time. But I think with the Charge 3, that's when they started connecting, text messages and notifications and stuff like that. Not to the extent that I have now. But
I don't remember getting messages on the 3.
Yeah, it was real. I was super excited when that feature was updated. Because again,
Hmm.
I never had a 4.
Yeah, because you went from the
I
3
went,
to what you got now, or
yeah,
to what you gave Arabath. Yeah.
yeah. That's what I have now. Because I stuck with the same thing, which is
See, and
a
I stuck
Versa
with a
2.
4 because I don't need all the background junk,
I don't care about the
and
background
it's
junk.
$50 cheaper.
I don't necessarily care about the background junk. I like the fit and the look of this more than I did the
See, that's just more space for me to smash it into shit.
yeah.
Like if you, when you look at the thumbnail, you can see the very bottom of mine, and on the side there's paint from the walls when I sleep at night because I'll smack my arm into a wall. That's
Um
how I broke the Charge 2, actually.
I thought at one point about getting a Samsung watch because that's what I use with my I don't do Apple products, but we're not going to go there. Just we'll gloss over that.
An Apple rant coming.
I know that's
They were
um
featured on last week tonight.
and but then I was like, I don't need all that extra stuff. Really, I just like to keep track of my steps. I like to It's convenient to occasionally check my text messages and send back quick responses. Um or voice I could talk into my watch and send a text that way to reply,
I'm just waiting for the Star Trek badge.
right?
I go talking to my fucking watch.
But
Well, you can do that now. You can do text messages, voice to chat
yeah.
on yours.
Uh-huh. So I looked at and I'm like, I don't know, I just feel that like that's so much other stuff. Like there's so much other stuff on the other brands. Even like I went through, I have a ton of shit.
See, the only thing I really need is steps and calorie burn. You know, the rest of it, I don't give a shit about. I don't need to read emails or text messages. That's what I have a phone for. I don't even, you know, I didn't have a phone for 4 years. Sam made me get a phone.
Yep.
I used to run the I Love Computer Center. You'd think I'd be more entwined with technology, but some technology I just can't stand. Phones being like
Number
top of my
one.
list.
I don't know, you feel pretty strongly about laptops too.
Yeah. No. At laptop, work laptops, I'm fine.
It's gaming laptops.
Gaming laptops piss me off. You can have a gaming laptop for a total of 6 months before it's outdated. In the
Sorry.
meantime, I can just rip a video card out of my
Right.
computer and plop a new one.
Sorry guys, keep talking.
But yeah. So Neo says, I'm setting up my watch now. Hopefully it'll work this time. What watch do you have? Do you have a Fitbit? I would like. There's been times where I was thinking about doing some. See if Fitbit has an affiliate link, because one of my articles on Crossing Colorado is semi-popular. It's our Fitbit calorie burn. Is Fitbit calorie burn accurate? And um, not like it's going to drive a bunch of traffic.
Right?
Man, that site. I don't know what I can do to fix it.
I have no idea.
I'm Google is just burying it further and further.
Hmm. Weird. But so with my Fitbit, I got pretty like we used to hardcore compete, and I used to try really hard to hit my step goal every day. Now I've lowered. I used to have my step goal was 10,000 steps.
Yeah, now what is it?
I
Yep.
think 8,500.
It's not. It's a. Wow, that is so half-assed. You're
Yeah.
decreasing yours, and I'm increasing mine. Technically, my goal in Fitbit is 14,000, and because of the type of lifestyle I have, 14,000 is actually quite a bit for
I mean, it
me.
really is.
Because I work and play at my desk all day, And so trying to get 14,000 steps takes effort to get up and do it.
Yeah.
Like last week when I was hitting 13,000, I almost hit 15,000 one day. And that, I had to take a lot of breaks. I mean, that took a lot of effort for me to get 15,000 steps.
Yeah.
So, depending on lifestyle, you got to change it to your goals. You're just,
There we go. That's where it is.
I don't know, should I call you lazy?
I mean, if the shoe fits.
By the time you go to work, I've already got 6,000 steps. How many do you have?
Today doesn't count. I can't. That if I told you how many steps I had, it's inaccurate.
380.
Mike, I worked until 3:15 a.m.
Oh, okay, that's right.
I have almost 4,000 steps already today.
Okay. See, but you work 3.5 hours through it.
Yeah, that's. I mean,
So you can't say it's not accurate because technically, if you get that many steps, you get that many steps.
but I'm saying not accurate for a regular day. Okay, Neo said, I'm setting up my watch now. Hopefully it will work this time. The Google version. Misfit.
Verizon. Verison.
Oh,
Well,
Oh.
maybe she meant version.
yeah.
She could transpose I and a S. But we use Verizon, so I can see that being an option as well.
I
Have to disconnect and reset. It's better for me to, in my Fitness Pal, to use the watch to track steps rather than the workouts I do.
Yeah.
That's one thing that I was doing it with my Fitness Pal in the very beginning. This is long before my Fitness Pal connected to anything. So I had to put in my workouts, and you had to put in your food off the web browser.
Yeah.
So I'm so glad that the Fitbit connects to my Fitness Pal.
Me
It
too.
was such a pain in the ass to put everything in. Chris says, I don't know, 8,500 steps doesn't sound half-assed to me, but well, to me it does. But Sam was doing more than 10,000, so decreasing
Yeah.
her goal is going in the opposite direction.
Well, but that's the whole thing is I'd got to the point where I wasn't even coming close to hitting my goal at all. I wasn't even hitting 8. So the last time when we did the challenge last year before, when Alyssa and all of us were doing the challenge for money,
Oh, that
and
was
we
last
were
year.
was trying to hit, and I'm like, there's no way I can hit 10,000 steps a day right now. Like, I just wasn't doing it. So we did a week, 2 weeks before we started our challenges of tracking how many steps we were taking, and then we all set our goals based on that. So my steps 8,500. My step goal is 8,500, and I probably hit it maybe once a week. And that's what I'm saying, because I know that I do a ton of steps at work. So I hit it.
Well, also keep in mind that Fitbit will only track at a certain speed. I noticed that if I'm like standing and doing dishes in the kitchen or whatnot, and I walk slowly to something, then the Fitbit doesn't register those steps.
I'm looking at it right now. My average steps a day end up being like just barely over 5,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
I can't really say much because lately, but mine's been because my issue is half-assed. But
the thing is I know, again, walk speed definitely, but I know that at work, there's times when I'm walking like 3 damn miles because they'll send me from one end of the damn airport to the other and then back again.
yeah.
And there's no, like, it'll tell me that I did like 1,000 steps in 1 mile, and I'm like, bullshit! Bullshit! I know! That's not just I know from one end of the airport, Justin B concourse, is 1.5 miles each way.
Well, maybe there's some truth behind the tightness.
Yeah.
Chris says, but it's about what is realistic. 8,500 doesn't sound that much, but it's the every fucking day part that makes it
Yeah.
add up. Yeah. Well, it's like I was pretty excited that I was hitting over 12, over 13,000 every day for 4 days straight. Like I haven't done that in a long time since I lived in Westminster. I
Yeah.
used to average 13,000 steps a day.
Yeah, that was your normal. It's one of the reasons your goal set that high.
Yeah, because I know I can do it.
But did we actually even really cover the topic? Or did we just,
No. We just gushed over Fitbit for the past
I
40
was gonna
minutes.
say.
Here's another piece of technology apps. I'm a big fan of MyFitnessPal. I use exercise.com, but
I'm
not
sure
the
there's something
cool.
better.
Yeah, it's not the cool thing it used to be. They fucked up that app and that website, and so I'm still looking for an alternative to it. Something that'll record my records like exercise.com does, but has more of a social. Like I love the competition part of exercise.com.
Yeah.
It used to be weighttrain.com, and there was a bunch of us that used to use it. And
Oh
then when they
yeah,
got
we
rid
used
of it,
to compete
they
and
they got rid of it, and I asked them directly because at that point I was actually fairly close to the developers, and they said it's because hardly anybody ever used it. I'm like, yeah, but it doesn't take much to copy it into the website and let it go because people were using it. Just
yeah.
because it just the reasoning behind some of the stuff in technology, because I know how it's developed, is bullshit. And something like that was bullshit.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I am looking for a better app.
So Chris says,
Maybe I should just make my own.
still the big picture is what matters. I mean, an extra 3,000 steps is only a couple hundred calories or so compare that to switching from Coke to Diet Coke. I can easily drop 5,000 plus or 500 plus
500.
calories a day.
Yeah. I think I hit a nerve.
Chris, LOL topic, what topic?
All you fuckers, you get below 10,000, suck.
But I mean, you know,
Well, like I normally, what I normally preach, though, I guess I don't know if preach is a good word, but what I normally say is base your personal base goals off your personal best. If right now that is your personal best, do what you can to surpass it.
I mean, for when Shelly, we've talked a lot of shit about Shelly on this show. Uh, when Shelly
She's a great example of
was
what
wearing
not to
her
do.
Fitbit, Alyssa, Shelly, and I used to do a competition years ago where we would, for a month, we would do the daily. One of the games you can play is a daily goal, and it makes so like Alyssa's at the time was like 2,400 steps.
Oh
And
yeah, when she was
oh
walking
no,
all over the prison.
24,000 steps. That
Yeah,
was her
because
daily goal.
I
And I'm like, Alyssa, I can't compete with that.
I remember that.
And, my step goal was like 10,000 and I was
I
barely
think
hitting
that's
it.
mine. I think mine
And
was too.
um Shelly's was set at like 5,000 and we're like, how are we going to fairly compete to make this where Alyssa's not just whooping our ass all the time because she would have. So one of the games you can play on Fitbit is the daily goal challenge. And you are basically competing with yourself with each other, like, because the winner is whoever hits their goal. So when we were doing that competition, we were doing the daily goal challenge, and we each had. I didn't have to try and keep up with Alyssa's 24,000 steps because there's no way that I physically could have done that. There's no way Shelly could have even thought about physically doing that.
Yeah.
I just had to hit my own personal goal to beat her. And it would tell you who beat it first, like. And we had to make it where it wasn't who beat it first because Alyssa's not allowed to have her phone, which is what, actually calculated out up together because it wasn't until she'd connect to her phone that'd be like, oh, Alyssa hit her goal. But we would do whoever hit their goal that day was won. So whoever hit their goal the most days won, and the loser had to buy lunch. And we'd meet up once a month and have lunch together, and we'd have lunch someplace healthy. But, Shelly's, her goal every day was it was a struggle for her to hit that 5,000 steps.
Yeah, see, I'll hit. Well, shit, right now, I've been sitting here doing the show for an hour. I'm already at 3,000.
Yeah.
And I didn't even play the Xbox this morning, so I would be at 6,000 if I did. 5,000 steps, I would. For me, 5,000 steps is a
Is
very lazy
nothing.
day. Yeah.
What'd you hit on
That,
Sunday? Or Saturday?
um,
Saturday you didn't do much, right?
yeah, Saturday I didn't do. I don't think I did dick on Saturday. I
Mm-hmm.
took the day off. Sometimes you just gotta say, fuck it, I'm done.
So that'd be a good example of what a lazy day is for Mike.
Okay, so a lazy day for me. Where's Fitbit? Stepwise. Yesterday, Sunday, Saturday. A lazy day for me where I absolutely do jack shit. I don't get up, do nothing. 2,953 steps.
Yeah.
That is going to hurt my million goal.
Yes, it is.
Owie!
Now,
I'm going to push for it though, but Jesus. But this is me sitting at my desk all day. I played Fallout all day long. I played Minecraft Origin with Annika for 3 hours. I mean, I didn't do shit on Saturday. So when even on my days where I don't do dick, I'm still hitting 3,000 steps.
so Saturday, the day that I stayed in bed all day long, guess how many steps I got?
1,500.
No.
You wish?
It says, oh, never mind. This doesn't count. My Fitbit was charging all day. Okay, never mind. I was like, it says I did 158, but I know that at least the trip to the bathroom is more than that, and I was in the bathroom a few times, so
158 steps.
I forgot.
Wow.
My Fitbit was almost dead, and when
Oh
I
my God,
laid back down,
even when I had that serious ear infection, remember that?
yes.
When I was living in Westminster and I had that gunk coming out of my head, I still hit more than 2,000 steps.
Okay, so
And that was with a fever of 104.
a genuine lazy day where I'm like up in Sterling and don't do anything. I'm looking at like my averages. I still get almost 2,000 steps. And that's literally doing nothing for me.
Yeah, see, for me, it's most of my steps are going from here to my kitchen to get coffee and back.
Yeah. I'm looking at it. Like some of my lowest ones are almost 2,000, like right under 2,000 steps. That's my average lowest that I get when I'm doing nothing. So at one point, Shelly told me, she's like, my goal is just to get 2,000 steps. I'm like, bitch, how are you not getting 2,000 steps a day? Like,
that's when she was on her whole, she just wants to lose enough weight for her knees to stop hurting.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, that's not how life works. Your knees are going to hurt for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
The degree of pain is going to vary depending on how much you weigh. Once the damage is caused.
But I was like, how are you not getting at least 2,000 steps a day?
Right?
Just
like I said, I didn't do anything on Saturday. I got up, got coffee, got up and got lunch and breakfast and dinner. That 2,900 steps is just me pittering around the house.
yeah, because you didn't go out and walk. You sat on your front porch every time you'd go outside.
Yeah, I didn't do I did jack and shit.
So
that's probably the lowest I've ever seen my steps, though. That makes me worried about the hitting my million step goal.
but I mean,
that's a lot.
Different people are differently active, but I think that wearing my Fitbit does help me keep a little more active, because there's times when I'll look and I'll be like, really? Maybe I'll go sit on the ball for a little bit, or maybe I'll like, that's really bad. I should probably have been more active today. I should probably do something, and I will.
Yeah. Well, that's what I say is when you set your goals, even with normally I do a lot of it with Rare Sanctuary, but when you set personal goals, base them off of personal experience.
Mm-hmm.
You're not trying to do more than me. You're not trying to do more than Sam. Hopefully you're doing more than Michelle. But base your goals off of your personal best.
That's
Health and fitness. You're in competition with yourself. Nobody
exactly.
else.
Well, and that's, like I said, when we were doing the competition with Alyssa, I'm like, there's no way, how are we going to make this as fair as possible? Because if we just
A,
did a step
per-
challenge for the day,
a percentage over your goal.
yeah. And that's how
That'd
we
be the best way to
decided,
do it.
like, that's the way we did it, when we did the huge family challenge. Is Alyssa
Yeah.
was looking at, like, if you went, how far you went over your goal
Yeah.
was who actually got first place if everybody hit their goal. Um, and, so, like, because, again, you're not competing with me, you're not competing with,
Well, in that case, we were.
well, you are, but not, like, what I do doesn't pertain to what you do even. Fuck
Don't
off.
you? Don't you hate when bad things happen to good senses?
That whole
You just
train of thought
contradict your.
just, like,
Well, you just
derailed and
contradicted
crashed.
yourself within 2 sentences.
I meant, like,
Let's do competition, but you're not in competition with me.
no. Like, again, I couldn't keep up with Alyssa's 24,000 steps. There's no
What
way I have,
a
I
better
don't even know that
way?
I've ever got that.
A better way I did. I was in Los Angeles at the time, though. I
Yeah.
walked across to L.A. That's how I got 24,000 steps. But what you should have started with is that the competition is one thing, but personal goals that you set for the
Yes.
competition, the goals are what you need to base off of yourself.
Yes.
My goal is going to be different than your goal,
Exactly.
especially us, because I walk a hell of a lot faster than you do.
Yeah.
Always have. And
Yes.
so my steps are going to be much higher. Like
Yeah.
when we go to the store, I have to she sends me out to go get shit.
Yeah.
Because I will be across the store and back before she can get to the line.
And I feel bad. I happen to be a really slow walker. I always have, though.
I move with demonic speed.
But, okay, I have to get something to eat.
Yeah, so we didn't really
Stop
cover
yawning.
today's topic, so, that's okay. We only have 2 people that watch anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Right?
I'm hoping that we can actually get some awesomeness going because we've been playing with the creamy. I wanted to talk about that today.
Oh. Well, we could have talked about that.
Well, yeah, it's 12:07 now. Damn it.
Sorry.
Oh, I'm going to make my strawberry ice cream. Maybe I should do a YouTube short on that.
Yeah.
I won't be able to have it till tomorrow because it's got to freeze, but I
Still.
have some ideas. And I want to make something with maple. I've been having a lot of fun with the creamy.
Me too. I haven't made anything in like 3 days because I wasn't feeling good, and now I'm like, I don't even know what. All the recipes that I want to make, like really want to make, I can't do until next week when I'm on keto.
I can.
I think I want to get another can of pineapple. That was
So what I did,
so good.
what I did is I went out and bought strawberry pie filling. I'm going to freeze it. And I'm going to add some, I think I might go and get some vanilla milk.
Yeah,
So it'll be a strawberry cream
that'd
type
be
thing.
good.
Or maybe I can add whipped cream to it. Or heavy cream to it.
Yeah, that'd be really good.
That'd be a strawberry cream ice cream.
Yep.
All right. But I wanted something that was super sweet, and pie filling is super sweet. So
I want to do a coffee ice cream too.
I want to
That's one
make
of the things.
coffee ice cream. Yeah, that's Dan found a recipe in it for using instant coffee, and I have instant coffee. Remember when we made
Oh,
the dills?
yeah.
It's not good instant coffee.
I don't know that it matters. Okay, guys, I really do have to eat and think about getting ready for work, so.
All right. Well, sorry we kind of sucked on today's topic.
Right?
Didn't really go over very much.
Maybe we'll change the name of it and try this again.
Well, we can do what we did last time. We did part 2
Yeah.
because we accidentally did the same topic twice.
Yes.
We'll just do a part 2. Fuck it. It's my channel. I'll do what I want.
I'll do what I want. Thanks for joining us, guys. Have a great week. My goal for this week is just to finish this out and stick with it for the rest of the week.
Then
And
we'll do that's what we'll do next Tuesday. Is your experience with Pure 21, how much weight you lost on it, and if it was worth the issues. Because I
I
don't
like
know
that.
if shitting my brains out would be worth it. The last time I did that, it was an accidental overdose of calcium. I don't know if I would do it on purpose.
Right?
I'm not bulimic.
But
Anyway,
have a good week, everybody.
let's lose some weight. My goal, my
Oh
goal
yeah.
is to hit my step goal every day so that I can get back on track to meet the 1 million words, the 1 million step mark in 80 days. So
There you go.
there we go. Have a good week, everybody, and we'll see you.